Yo, what's going on YouTube? Oh yeah, okay, let's get into this, man. Let's get into this. You have to excuse me, man. I got some kind of sinus thing going on, but man, let's go ahead and knock this one out, man. Anthony Joshua versus the Prince Charles Martin. Anthony Joshua, he needs a nickname. You guys in the UK, you guys gotta give him a nickname or something like that. He doesn't have one. But then again, Anthony Joshua, I guess it's supposed to be his brand or whatever. His name's supposed to be his brand. Which is the case, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the name he's fighting up under. But, he's got a middle name that's kind of, that I'm glad he didn't use because I can't even pronounce it. I can't pronounce his middle name. So he's got like, a full name, Anthony such and such Joshua, you know what I'm saying? So that I can't pronounce, but he needs a middle name. It's like Anthony the bodybuilder Joshua or something like that. I saw him in one of these videos. He's like doing like 700-pound leg press and stuff like that. And I saw this video that I wanted to cover called "The Gloves Are Off." Not only that, the I Film London interview with Carl FROCH, pretty much reiterating what I was saying about, this is probably a fight that Anthony Joshua shouldn't be taking. So let's go over the gloves are off and what I think about this gloves are off thing. It's pretty much like the Face Off or something like that with Showtime. Everybody does like a rip off of some this the HBO thing, you know what I'm saying, where these guys like face each other. I think Showtime did the same thing, and they talk about what they're gonna do, and it's like, he's a good guy, I'm a good guy, or he's lost before, I never lost. They try to get into each other's heads and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm gonna post the link up below. It's Ringside TV. Posted March 28th, 2016. I'm gonna post that in the link below. But it was really good. It was hosted by who was it? I want to say Johnny Nelson or something like that. Former, I think it's maybe cruiserweight, light heavyweight champion, Johnny Nelson. But anyway, I just hear him commentating every now and then. I never really followed his career. He's a UK legend. So let's get into this, man. For one thing, I just wanted to point out, I don't know why they had to set up the chairs the way they do. With the back, when these guys like sitting in the opposite direction, with the arms folded over the backrest. And I don't understand why they have to do that, because they're gonna have the arms folded over like they buddy, like they have like a little buddy thing. Like I said, like a formal type thing, So I don't know why they got that going on. It's kind of weird. And then the glasses of water, that kind of tripped me out, because it was like a long interview, and then the guys might have some nerves or something like that. So I don't know why they didn't give him a tall glass of water. They pretty much gave him like a shot glass of water or whatever like that, something that you will probably find at some kind of some water hole or some pub, you know what I'm saying, like a bar, some cocktail bar or something. And it was funny, like Charles Martin, he was taking a lot of sips out of that bad boy, and it was like almost coming to the end of the segment. Or this this little piece, the gloves are off piece, and he was sipping that bad boy hard, like he was like vodka or something like that. I was like, man, what is in that bad boy, like vodka? That's what I was thinking to myself. What is he drinking, vodka? But anyway, so anyway, yeah, man, he seemed to have a lot of pent up anger, man, and you can sort of see that in his fights, man. It's like controlled aggression. He takes his time in a lot of his fights and stuff like that. And so it is I think that's gonna come out, man. I don't know how that's gonna play it out in the fight, man. I'm not sure how to read that, but I don't think he was playing in the whole face-off. Anthony Joshua, it's hard to read him and stuff like that. He seems to have a little bit of a mean streak. He was talking about, as far as referring to his past and what he's been through. I guess he said in himself he made a conscious choice to rise above. I know my goals. I know where I want to be. He sound like more clean cut, like cookie cutter, and more corporate. And the face off, he was very complimentary to to Charles Martin. Anthony Joshua was. Now, what was interesting, I didn't know this. But in one of these highlights, it was a Showtime highlight and stuff like that, where Eddie Hearn was saying, after Charles Martin, won the belt, you can make an argument that he's one of the weakest champions and stuff like that. Of all the guys that hold the belt currently right now, you can say he's the weakest link. And he was thinking the same thing I was thinking, and I had mentioned this when Charles Martin had won this his belt. There was like, maybe he'd just be served up to Deontay Wilder. They'll go ahead and make that Deontay Wilder fight. Being that Charles Martin's pretty much in the same camp with what's his name, Al Heyman and stuff like that, right? Got pretty much the same manager or whatever. So, with that being said, he had mentioned, we got the call. Because remember, Joshua said he wasn't ready for no title shot not too long ago after fighting Dillian White, right? He's like, man, I ain't ready. And then so here it goes, Charles Martin wins his belt, and he wanted to fight the best. Now a lot of these guys are already tied up. The guys he wanted to fight are tied up. He wanted to unify them belts. Like, I want to unify these belts right away. That's what Charles Martin said. I want to unify these belts right away, and I want to go ahead and fight the best. That's what I pretty much said. I was like, he probably just go ahead and fight Deontay Wilder. That can be Deontay Wilder's next fight right after Povetkin or maybe beforehand. That would have been nice. Then it would have been 2 belts on the line. Not that Povetkin would have been deserving of it or anything like that. But he would have, he's the number one mandatory with a WBC belt, at least, But, man, so, with that being said, it was Martin who called out Joshua, which is very interesting because Charles Martin is pretty much unknown. And as far as him being, Joshua being ready and stuff like that, I felt as if Martin versus Wilder was a 50-50 fight. Like, I was thinking to myself when I saw Martin beating up Glashkov, I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, what chances does Martin have against Deontay Wilder? I was like, man, he can knock out Deontay Wilder because even though he seems slow, he places his punches really well. He's a very patient fighter, and he hits hard. You know what I'm saying? He's got a high knockout ratio. I'm not looking at BoxRec now, but hold on. Let me click on it. And let's see. You got Anthony Joshua. He's got the 100%. So he's at 100. And then Charles Martin, he's at 88% knockout ratio, and he's a southpaw, and he's not too much older than Anthony Joshua. So I was thinking to myself, like, man, this dude got a chance to knock out Deontay. But the fact that he picked Joshua, I was like, what is it that he see in Joshua that make him want to fight him? Out of all the heavyweights and stuff like that, out of all the other guys, why him? And then as far as hunters, and the prey and stuff like that, in the animal kingdom, predators they also look for the weakest link. Predators, they look for the most vulnerable and whatnot, because predators know they can be harmed too. You get what I'm saying? predators, they don't want to take the risk or any shots firing back. So they wait for the right time. The most emotionally vulnerable, physically vulnerable, the weak. That's how they stay strong. They prey on the weak, and they use a lot of intimidation and stuff like that. So there's plenty of other guys he could have fought. Other than hell, he probably could have fought Antonio or something like that. He could have fought Tarver or something like that. Maybe he could have fought Dominic Brazil. It's just anybody, man. It's anybody other than Anthony Joshua. So anyway, moving along. So as far as Anthony Joshua, it seems like he was like, it seemed like he wanted to laugh. So I don't want to get to like the psychology and stuff like that. It just seemed he broke a few smirks and smiles and stuff like that. Now a lot of people say that's nervous energy, or maybe he's not taking it serious or something like that, or maybe it seems kind of silly, and it probably is. But anyway, after the gloves are off thing, they size each other up, and then it's like, oh yeah, size doesn't matter or whatever like that. It looks like Anthony Joshua was like 2 sizes bigger than Charles Martin and stuff like that. I mean, you look at the tape and stuff like that on BossRec, the measurements, he shouldn't be that much bigger than Charles Martin, but he is. But I don't think Charles Martin's fazed by that. I mean, the dude picked him out, So anyway, Carl FROCH, he spoke on it. He's kind of worried about it. It was iFilm London, iFilm London TV, lowercase IFL space TV on YouTube, man. Check it out, man. That was posted March 27, 2016. And Carl FROCH, he didn't seem too sure, man. He said he checked him out. He checked out Charles Martin. And he was saying, like, man, I think it's kind of too early for Anthony Joshua, man. He expressed his concerns, man. He said it was like a 50-50 fight, and it can go either way. And he really feels as if Charles Martin, he's like, man, Martin can knock out Joshua. There's a good chance this might knock him out. Now, I saw a few, I didn't see a few other videos. I think I saw like maybe, another video on iFilm London where the dude said, it was titled, Joshua wins easy versus Charles Martin. But again, man, this dude is still an unknown commodity. He's still an unknown commodity. I mean, he knocked off Glashkov by applying great pressure, caused his man knees to buckle and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That hasn't happened, since Orlando Salido. That's happened to a few other guys, but, I mean, whether it was a punch that did it, I don't know, but he was applying the pressure, enough pressure for this dude to want to back up, so bad, so hard to put enough pressure on his knees to buckle and give way. So, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I got Charles Martin. He's an American. I'm American. Anthony Joshua, I mean, this would be a great win for Anthony Joshua if he gets the win. I think Carl FROCH mentioned that he's in the IBF, but at the same time, man, there's going to be a lot of dudes hunting for him in the IBF. IBF has a lot of decorated Europeans and a few, I want to believe, I think Joseph Parker's also highly ranked in the IBF. I'm not sure. I'm not looking at the rankings right now. But if Anthony Joshua was, to win that belt, it won't be an easy ride. I think, Carl FROCH said it's like, oh yeah, he gets to get a few. I don't think it'll be an easy ride, man, because, he's out there. Guys gonna be trying to take him out because he got that belt. But he still has to get past Charles Martin. So I got Charles Martin winning, man. Thanks for listening. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.